I advise the student organization for transgender and genderqueer and gender nonconforming students, so the group is called Transaction, and I advise the student leaders of that group, and my role is really to support them in their leadership, especially as an advisor. So I troubleshoot issues that they might have, if they have things that need to be dealt with the university. That's really my job, to sort of deal with the linking between students and the university. I think some of the challenges of working with identity is we get some students who are in crisis. Not a lot, but a small number of students who are really struggling to understand themselves and what is their place in the world and what does it mean to have a crush on another man, or what does it mean to have a crush on a woman but also to have a crush on a man, and what about folks who are neither men or women, what if I have attraction to them? So I think some of it is sorting through, helping students really sort through those issues. I think the thing I like to tell people the most about the LGBT community is that it's not this singular, unified culture. That within the LGBT community, there are lots of different kinds of cultures, right? So it's not unlike the way that we think about student culture, right? That there's not a single student culture, but there's a variety of cultures.
I'm a part of the LGBT panel for the LGBT Resource Center. We're trying to spread the awareness of the LGBT community. I think it stems back to religious. People's psychological state has just, I guess, still not suited. I feel as though it's more of the baby boomer generation that still is hooked on the idea of a male with a woman. The new generation is really don't care that much. They're supporting the idea of the LGBT community marrying each other legally.
I thought it was really beneficial because I learned a lot about the LGBT community that I'd never known before, and it was really cool to see people and hear their experiences. I think the biggest common piece information that I learned was just that there are a lot of people from the LGBT community, especially college age students, who are going through the exact same things and similar things that I am. I think that coming from a school that is big, you'd think that there's a lot of people from the community that you'd get to meet, but since everyone's on their own paths, you don't really get to do that. And I think going to Embletech and getting to see people and meet them and know that there is that community of individuals who are my age and in college and doing the same things that I'm doing was something that I learned and really was happy that I got that chance to understand that. I think that there's a lot of people on campus in the MSU community who are still trying to find themselves, especially explore their sexualities and really understand how they feel. And a lot of people from the LGBT community, especially coming in as a freshman, might not know what it's like to be a part of that community, such as myself. And I think that MSU being diverse and having such events like the Embletech conference and having so many pride groups on campus and resources, I think that's a great way to make people feel welcome in the community, not only as a Spartan, but as an LGBT member.